With cat-like tread, upon our prey we steal. In silence tread, a cautious way we feel. No sound at all, we never speak a word. A fly's foot forward be distinctly heard. So stealthily the pirate creeps, while all the household soundly sleeps. Come, friends who plough the sea, truce to navigation, take another station. Let's bury piracy with a little burglary. Come, friends who plough the sea, truce to navigation, take another station. Let's bury piracy with a little burglary.
Here's your crowbar and your centrebit, your life preserver. You may want to hit your silent matches, your dark lantern seas. Take your viol and your skeletonic keys.
With cat-like tread, upon our prey we steal. In silent tread, a cautious way we feel. No sound at all, we never speak a word. A fly's footfall would be distinctly heard. Come, friends who plough the sea, truce to navigation, take another station. Let's bury piracy with a little burglary. At the dead, upon our prey we steal. It's like the dead, our precious
Hi, I'm Albert Bergeret, founder and artistic director of the New York Gilbert Sullivan Players, welcoming you to the online version of our Wand'ring Minstrels ensemble.
We hope you enjoyed that fun and socially distanced rendition of a fan favorite from the Pirates of Penzance, which we performed for you on stage just last summer. My name is David Wannen, and I'm executive director of New York Gilbert Sullivan Players. We miss the wonderful audience of the Redlands Bowl Summer Music Festival, and we wish that we could be back on stage with you in person for another lovely summer's evening of Gilbert and Sullivan. Until we can meet again, we have created this special virtual concert for Redlands Bowl Performing Arts, and we think you'll agree that it showcases our Wand'ring Minstrels' ensemble nature and creativity. Now, the famous English duo of Gilbert and Sullivan created 14 comic operas together, many of which are represented on this program.
We have chosen as our title song a popular favorite from the Yeoman of the Guard. I Have a Song to Sing-O tells the melancholy story of a jester and his unfulfilled love for a lady. Here to sing it for you are James Mills as the jester Jack Point and Sarah Caldwell Smith as his entertaining partner Elsie Maynard.
My masters, I pray you bear with us, and we will satisfy you, for we are merry folk, who'd make all as merry as ourselves. For look you, there is humour in all things, and the truest philosophy is that which teaches us to find it, and to make the most of it.
Let us give them the singing farce of the merry man and his maid.
The merry man and his maid, excellent choice.
I have a song to sing, oh.
Sing your song.
It is sung to the moon by a lovelorn loon who fled from the mocking throng. Oh, it's the song of a merry man moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb, as he sighed for the love of a lady. Lady,
Hey-dee, misery me, lack-a-day-dee. He sipped no sop and he craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing, oh.
What is your song, oh?
It is sung with the ring of the songs made sing who love with a love lifelong, oh. It's the song of a merry maid peerly proud, who loved a lord and who laughed aloud at the moan of the merry man moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady. Hey-dee, hey-dee, misery me, lack-a-day-dee. He sipped no sup and he craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing, oh.
Sing me your song, oh.
It is sung to the knell of a churchyard bell and a doleful dirge ding-dong, oh. It's the song of a popinjay bravely born, who turned up his noble nose with scorn at the humble merry maid peerly proud, who loved her lord and who laughed aloud at the moan of the merry man moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady. Hey-dee, hey-dee, misery me, lack-a-day-dee. He sipped no sup and he craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady.
I have a song to sing, oh.
Sing me your song, oh.
It is sung with a sigh and a tear in the eye, for it tells of a right and wrong, oh. It's the song of a merry maid once so gay, who turned on a heel and tripped away from the peacock popinjay bravely born, who turned up his noble nose with scorn at the humble heart that he did not cries. So she begged on her knees with downcast eyes for the love of the merry man moping mum, whose soul was sad and whose glance was glum, who sipped no sup and who craved no crumb as he sighed for the love of a lady. Hey-dee, hey-dee, misery me, lack-a-day-dee. His pains were o'er and he sighed no more, for he lived in the love of a lady. Hey-dee, hey-dee, misery me, lack-a-day-dee. His pains were o'er and he sighed no more, for he lived in the love of a lady. In this era of isolation, the confessions of a celebrity addicted to admiration seem particularly apropos, whether he be a rock star, a movie idol, or as in this case, the poet Reginald Bunthorne in Gilbert and Sullivan's Patience. Bunthorne pretends to be a devotee of the aesthetic movement championed by Oscar Wilde and other notable 19th century artists, but he has a much different perspective to share when socially distanced. Am I alone and unobserved? I am. Then let me own I'm an aesthetic sham. This hair severe is but a mere veneer. This cynic smile is but a while of guile. This costume chaste is but good taste misplaced. Let me confess,
A languid love for lilies does not blight me. Lank limbs and haggard cheeks do not delight me. I do not care for dirty greens by any means. I do not long for all one sees that's Japanese. I am not fond of uttering platitudes in stained glass attitudes. In short, my medievalism's affectation, born of a morbid love of admiration. If you're anxious for to shine in the high aesthetic line as a man of culture rare, you must get up all the germs of the transcendental terms and plant them everywhere. You must lie upon the daisies and discourse in novel phrases of your complicated state of mind. The meaning doesn't matter if it's only idle chatter of a transcendental kind. And everyone will say, as you walk your mystic way, if this young man expresses himself in terms too deep for me, why, what a very singularly deep young man this deep young man must be. Be eloquent in praise of the very dull old days which have long since passed away, and convince him, if you can, that the reign of good Queen Anne was culture's palmiest day. Of course you will pooh-pooh whatever's fresh and new and declare it's crude and mean. For art stopped short in the cultivated court of the Empress Josephine. And everyone will say, as you walk your mystic way, if that's not good enough for him, which is good enough for me, why, what a very cultivated kind of youth this kind of youth must be. Then a sentimental passion of a vegetable fashion must excite your languid spleen. An attachment on a Plato for a bashful young potato or a not too French bean. Though the Philistines may jostle, you will rank as an apostle in the high aesthetic band. If you walk down Piccadilly with a poppy or a lily in your medieval hand. And everyone will say, as you walk your flowery way, if he's content with a vegetable love which would certainly not suit me, why, what a most particularly pure young man this pure young man must be.
Nautical HMS Pinafore is one of the most popular titles in the GNS canon. So here is a rousing anthem from that show for 3 sailors, or tars, each named for parts of a sailing ship. Alex Corson as Rafe Rackstraw, Matthew Wages as Bill Bobstay, and David Wannon as Bob Beckett.
A British tar is a soaring soul, as free as a mountain bird. His energetic fist should be ready to resist a dictatorial word. His nose should have,
and his lip should curl,
his cheek should flame,
and his brow should furl,
his bosom should heave,
and his heart should glow,
and his fist be ever ready for a knockdown. His
nose should pant, and his lip should curl, his cheek should flame, and his brow should furl, his bosom should heave, and his heart should glow, and his fist be ever ready for a knockdown blow.
His eye should flash with an inborn fire, his brow with scorn be wrung. He never should bow down to a domineering frown, or the tang of a tyrant's tongue.
his foot should stamp,
and his throat should growl,
his hair should twirl,
and his face should scowl,
his eyes should flash,
and his breast protrude,
and this should be his customary attitude. His foot should stamp, his throat should growl, his hair should twirl, and his face should scowl, his eyes should flash, his breast protrude, and this should be his customary attitude. His attitude, his attitude, his attitude.
Now that we've met the sailors of HMS Pinafore, let's welcome on board Angela Christine Smith as the popular peddler lady, Little Buttercup.
Aye, Little Buttercup, we're well called, for you're the rosiest, the roundest, and the reddest beauty in all Spithead.
Aye, aye.
I'm called Little Buttercup, dear Little Buttercup, I could never tell why, but still I'm called Buttercup, poor Little Buttercup, sweet Little Buttercup, I've snuff and tobacco and excellent Jackie, I've scissors and watches and knives, I've ribbons and laces to set off the faces of pretty young sweethearts and wives. I've treacle and toffee, I've tea and I've coffee, soft Tommy and succulent chops. I've chickens and goonies and pretty polonies and excellent peppermint drops. So buy of your buttercup, dear Little Buttercup, sailor should never be shy. So buy of your buttercup, poor Little Buttercup, come of your buttercup, buy.
How about a doll's Buttercup?
Our nautical precinct now heads to Italy, where brothers Marco, Alex Corson, and Giuseppe, Matthew Wages, extol the virtues plying the canals of Venice in The Gondoliers.
We're called gondolieri, but that's our banchieri. It's quite honorary, the trade that we ply. For gallantry noted, since we were short-coated, to beauty devoted, Giuseppe and I. When morning is breaking, our couches forsaking, to greet their awaking, with carols we come. At summer days nooning, when weary lagooding, our mandolins tuning, we lazily thrum. Our mandolins tuning, we lazily thrum. Our mandolin is tuning, we lazily thrum. Tra-la-la-la, 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 tra-la-la-la. When vespers are ringing, to hope ever clinging, the songs of our singing of vigil we keep. When daylight is fading, and wrapped in night shading, with soft serenading, we sing them to sleep. With soft serenading, we sing them to sleep. With soft serenading, we sing them to sleep. We are gondolieri, gondolieri, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la. Gondolieri, gondolieri, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
What self-respecting Venetian contadine could resist the charm of such gallant gondoliers, especially when Marco describes the need for female society in one of Sullivan's obligatory tenor arias in 6/8 time.
Take a pair of sparkling eyes in an ever and anon, in a merciful eclipse. Do not heed their mild surprise, having passed the Rubicon. Take a pair of rosy lips. Take a figure trimly planned, such as admiration wears. Be particular in this. Take a tender little hand, fringed with dainty fingerets. Press it, in parentheses. Take all these, you lucky man. Take and keep them if you can, if you can. Take all these, you lucky man. Take and keep them if you can, if you can. Take a pretty little card, quite a miniature affair, hung about with trellised vine. Furnish it upon the spot with the treasures rich and rare I've endeavored to define. Live to love and love to live, you will ripen at your ease, growing on the sunny side. Fate has nothing more to give, you're a dainty man to please. If you're not satisfied, not satisfied, take my counsel, happy man, act upon it if you can, if you can. Take my counsel, happy man, act upon it if you can, if you can. Take my counsel, happy man, act upon it if you can, if you can, if you can, act upon it if you can, happy man, if you can.
And now we leave Italy, heading back to England to the rocky coast of Penzance, where those famous pirates are being led by their swashbuckling and conscientious king.
Oh, better far to live and die under the brave black flag I fly than play a sanctimonious pot with a pirate head and a pirate heart. Away to the cheating world go you, where pirates all are well to do. But I'll be true to the song I sing and live and die a pirate king. For I am a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. For I am a pirate king, you are a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. It is hurrah for the pirate king, hurrah for the pirate king. When I sally forth to seek my prey, I help myself in a royal way. I sink a few more ships, it's true, than a well-bred monarch ought to do. But many a king on a first-class throne, if he wants to call his crown his own, must manage somehow to get through more dirty work than I do. For I am a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. For I am a pirate king. You are a pirate king. And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king.
It is hurrah for the pirate king, hurrah for the pirate
king. Oh.
With time on his hands while standing guard outside of the Houses of Parliament, Private Willis of Gilbert and Sullivan's Iolanthe devotes his unused brain time to develop a philosophy that simplifies the dividing or voting of parties for members of Parliament, referred to in this song as MPs. In the song, Private Willis pokes fun at politicians thinking for themselves. He delights in double meaning, and he possibly even satirizes the nature of a two-party system.
When all night long a chap remains on sentry go to chase monotony, he exercises of his brains, that he's assuming that he's got any. Though never nurtured in the lap of luxury, yet I admonish you, I am an intellectual chap, and think of things that would astonish you. I often think it's comical, fa-la-la, fa-la-la, how nature always does contrive, fa-la-la-la, that every boy and every gal that's born into the world alive is either little liberal or else a little conservative. Ba-la-la, ba-la-la, is either little liberal or else a little conservative. Ba-la-la. When in that house MPs divide, if they've a brain and cerebellum too, they've got to leave that brain outside and vote just as their leaders tell them to. But then the prospect of a lot of dull MPs in close proximity, all thinking for themselves, is what no man can face with equanimity. Then let's rejoice with love, fa-la, fa-la-la, fa-la-la, that nature always does contrive, fa-la-la-la, that every boy and every gal that's born into the world alive is either little liberal or else a little conservative. Ba-la-la, ba-la-la, it's either little liberal, ow, or else a little conservative. Ba-la-la.
You might have heard a famous recording of our next selection by such wildly different voices as opera diva Joan Sutherland, scat singer Ella Fitzgerald, and TV host Dinah Shore. Or perhaps another version by Alvin and the Chipmunks. Here to sing this iconic trio from the Mikado are Rebecca Hargrove, Sarah Caldwell Smith, and Angela Christine Smith.
Three little maids from school are we, pert as a schoolgirl well can be, filled to the brim with girlish glee. Three little maids from school, everything is so fun. Nobody's safe for we care for none. Life is a joke that's just begun. Three little maids from school. Three little maids who all unwary come from a ladies' seminary, freed from a genius tutelary. Three little maids from school. Three little maids from school. One little maid is a bright young. Two little maids in attendance come. Three little maids is a total sum. Three little maids from school. From three little maids take one away. Two little maids remain and they won't have to wait very long, they say. Three little maids from school. Three little maids who all unwary come from a ladies' seminary, freed from a genius tutelary. Three little maids from school. Three little maids from school.
You might consider the expressions of self-worth in this next number from the Mikado to be a bit presumptuous. But as Yum Yum would say, I am a child of nature and take after my mother.
The sun whose rays are all ablaze with ever-living glory does not deny his majesty. He scorns to tell a story. He won't exclaim, I blush for shame, so kindly be indulgent. But fierce and bold in fiery gold, he glories all effulgent. I mean to rule the earth as he the sky. We really know the summertime. I mean to rule the earth as he the sky. We really know earth, the sun and I.
Yum Yum and her intended husband Nanki-Poo may think that all is sweetness and light, until the Lord High Executioner Coco, that's me, reveals that there are unforeseen obstacles to their marriage. A howdy-do indeed.
Here's a howdy-do, if I marry you. When your time has come to perish, then the maiden whom you cherish must be slaughtered too. Here's a howdy-do, here's a howdy-do.
Here's a pretty mess, in a month or less. I must die without a wedding, let the bitter tears I'm shedding witness my distress. Here's a pretty mess, here's a pretty mess.
Here's the state of things, to her life she clings. Matrimonial devotion doesn't seem to suit her notion. Burial it brings. Here's the state of things, here's the state of things. With a passion that's intense I worship and adore, but the laws of common sense we oughtn't to ignore. If what I says is true, 'tis death to marry you. Here's a pretty state of things, here's a pretty howdy-do. Here's a pretty state of things, a pretty state of things.
Here's a howdy-do,
Here's a howdy-do.
Here's a howdy-do.
For if what he says is true, I cannot marry you.
Here's a pretty, pretty state of things.
Here's a pretty howdy-do.
Amongst the gleefully exuberant and satirical moments in all Gilbert and Sullivan, there are frequently moments of pathos. Although Katisha flaunts herself as the elderly, reviled, and unattractive villainess in The Mikado, she also has a moment of relatable human emotion. Here once again is Angela Christine Smith to tell us about Katisha's timely feelings of loneliness and loss.
And yet alive. Oh, sepulchre, my soul is still my body's prisoner. Remote the peace that death alone can give. My doom to wait, my punishment to live. Hearts do not break, they sting and ache for all love's sake, but do not die. Though with each breath they long for death, as witnesseth the living eye, the living eye. Oh, living eye, come tell me why, when hope is gone, dost thou stay on? Why linger here where all is drear? Oh, living eye, come tell me why, when hope is gone, dost thou stay on? May not a cheated maiden die. May not a cheated maiden die.
In Gilbert and Sullivan's Ruddigore, Dame Hannah is a sympathetic old lady who would love to see her niece, Rose Maybud, engaged to some nice young man. But Rose, played here by Sarah Caldwell Smith, is wedded to her book of etiquette and can't find any suitable suitor in their village. Let me just get my shawl. Ah, perfect. But is there not one among them who is faultless in thine eyes? For example, young Robin. He combines the manners of a marquis with the morals of a Methodist. Couldst thou not love him?
And even if I could, how should I confess it unto him? For lo, he is shy, and saith not. If somebody that chanced to be, who loved me in a manner true, my heart would point him out to me, and I would point him out to you. But here it says of those who point, their manners must be out of joint. You may not point, you must not point, it's manners out of joint to point. Had I the love of such as he, some quiet spot he'd take me to, then he could whisper to me, and I could whisper to you. But whispering I've somewhere met is contrary to etiquette. Where can it be? Now let me see. Yes, yes, it's contrary to etiquette. If any will win youth I knew, polite and gentle, neat and trim, then I could hint as much to you, and you could hint as much to him. But here it says in plainest print, it's most unladylike to hint. You may not hint, you must not hint. It says you mustn't hint in print. And if I loved through and through, true love and not a passing whim, then I could speak of it to you, and you could speak of it to him. But here I find it doesn't do to speak until you're spoken to. Where can it be? Now let me see. Yes, yes, don't speak until you're spoken to.
Having built their reputation as memorable writers of tongue-twisting patter songs, Gilbert and Sullivan resorted to self-parody in this next number from Ruttigore. Now, listen carefully for that obvious and self-effacing punchline.
My eyes are fully open to my awful situation. I shall go at once to Roderick and make him an oration. I shall tell him I've recovered my forgotten mortal senses, and I don't get tuppence halfpenny for any consequences. Now I do not want to perish by the sword or by the dagger, but a martyr may indulge a little pardonable swagger, and a word or two of compliment my vanity would flatter. But I've got to die tomorrow, so it really doesn't matter.
So it really doesn't matter, So it really doesn't matter, So it really doesn't matter, So it really doesn't matter,
So it really doesn't matter,
So it really doesn't matter, So it really doesn't matter,
If I were not a little man and generally silly, I should give you my advice upon this subject willy-nilly. I should show you in a moment how to grapple with the question, and you really be astonished at the force of my suggestion. On this subject, I shall write you a most valuable letter, full of excellent suggestions when I feel a little better. But at present, I'm afraid I am as bad as any hatter, so keep to myself, for my opinion doesn't matter.
Her opinion doesn't matter,
Her opinion doesn't matter.
Her opinion doesn't matter,
Her opinion doesn't matter.
My opinion doesn't matter.
Her opinion doesn't matter, her opinion doesn't matter, If I had been so lucky as to have a steady brother who could talk to me as we are talking now to one another, who could give me good advice when he discovered I was erring, which is just a petty favor, which I knew I am pathetic. My existence would have made a rather interesting ill, and I might have lived and died a very decent individual. This particularly rapid, unintelligible pattern isn't generally heard, and if it is, it doesn't matter.
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 This particularly rapid, unintelligible pattern isn't generally heard, and if it is, it doesn't matter. This particularly rapid, unintelligible pattern isn't generally heard, and if it is, it doesn't matter.
We wanted to leave you with a little Gilbertian philosophy from the gondoliers. In times of troubles, of which there are many right now, it's best to surround yourself with good friends, stay safe and 6 feet apart, good food, the beverage of your choice, and take life as it comes.
Try me lifelong, we can never straighten out life's tangled skein. Why should we in vain endeavor guess and guess and guess again?
Life's a pudding full of plums.
Care's a canker that benumbs.
Life's a pudding full of plums. Care's a canker that benumbs. When for waste of elocution on impossible solution, life's a pleasant institution. Let us take it as it comes. Let us take it as it comes. Let us find the dull enigma. We shall guess it all too soon. Failure is the brightest kind of star. String the lyre, fill the cup, lest on sorrow we should stop. Hop and skip to fancy's fatal, hands across and down the middle. Life's perhaps the only riddle that we shrink from giving up. Life's perhaps the only riddle that we shrink from giving up. And take it as it comes. Take it as it comes. String the lyre, fill the cup, lest on sorrow we should stop. Take life as it comes.
Thanks for joining the New York Gilbert Sullivan Players' Wand'ring Minstrels in this virtual celebration of the GNS repertoire. We hope to see you all soon at a live performance as we continue fulfilling our mission of bringing vitality to the living legacy of Gilbert and Sullivan. Farewell, and as the gondoliers concludes,
We live with feelings of pleasure, with feelings of pleasure.